Child-free or childless? So, I'm interested in your opinion on this. Now, I am in various different groups, online particularly, and know different people in different situations. Some who would describe themselves as not having children out of choice. Some who would say that they don't have children and that they have been wanting to have children and it's purely not been their choice to not have children. And typically those that have made that choice might call themselves child-free. And typically those that, when it's not by choice, have gone childless. And then there's that whole thing in the middle where it's childless or free, without child, by circumstances. And this is where I'm probably would position myself, that those circumstances maybe like that led to life decisions, that focusing on career, different relationships that weren't conducive to having children, where you wouldn't have wanted to pursue that. And that's where I find that perhaps you might be feeling in limbo. And rather than them being like one spectrum at this end of child-free, and I've made this choice and I'm living my life and I'm feeling abundant and I'm soaring and that's fine, that's perfectly amazing and I'm all right, Jack. And then there's the other that, oh, I'm childless and, oh, I'm really struggling, I'm grieving. And what this makes me think of is a sense of acceptance and change, and a sense of shifting in and out of the circumstances and your situation being all consuming and all taking over, compared to then stepping into how you're living your life. And actually a lot of people, including myself, at perimenopause start questioning like what's going on in their life, which is why that's come up for me. However, I just want to be able to really connect people, because it's about the situation and about maybe being surrounded by other people who don't have children, which is maybe where the magic happens, rather than there being us and them, because there's very unique groups online where it's out of choice, not out of choice. And when I read the posts, some of them are heartbreaking, some of the stories that people and experiences that people have gone through to really fight to have children, and it's heartbreaking. There's like so many big losses and things, and then like I can't begin to put myself and imagine just the pain that you're going through. And then there's also people who would stand their ground and say, I've chosen not to have children because of my genetics, because of my health conditions, because of my disability. And is that really a choice, or is that more your circumstance? Would you have had children if your health condition was different? Is it that you've made a choice based on what you think would be the best considering your situation? And that actually, like, there's so many different narratives that I hear about this, and I'm curious to have the more conversations that we have contributing to this conversation, the better, because actually I'd like to be able to find that middle ground and that intersect of women in perimenopause who don't have children, who are maybe ambitious and wanting to and developing their own business, people who are wanting to step and break free, maybe someone that wants to come on my podcast to talk about these experiences as well, all those sorts of things, rather than being purely stuck in the heartbreak of it all, or feeling isolated because they're like maybe gone against the grain of what is sort of the norm of society. And there's so much stigma still with that, and it takes a lot of strength to be able to, for women to be able to fight against that and to step forward in their power and feel empowered to do that. And I just thought I'd riff on that, and just any of your thoughts I'd love to hear. So what do you think? What do you think of the words that are used? Childless, child-free. I see a lot of people with children who go on a weekend away and say, oh, I'm child-free. That's different. Right, that's all for me.